What's your thoughts on this game, a game that Scotland are expected to win and win well?
Well, we are expected to win. And every game has its own type of pressures, no matter who you're playing. Germany, Gibraltar, there's a pressure to everything. And you have to deal with the different types of pressure. Up until now, we've dealt with that okay. With the 4 games, we've dealt with the expectations, we've dealt with the crowds, we've dealt with the players we're playing against, we've dealt with the systems we're playing against in a way that I'm very pleased, and we should be pleased and proud of. It's a different system tomorrow, it's a different set of players, it's another crowd who we have to satisfy. So as I say, every game has its pressures. Up till now, then we've dealt with it very well, and I expect us to do the same tomorrow.
Because you're expected to win and win well, do you go all out for it? Do you tweak things? Do you try something different?
As I said, that you look at every opposition, and you have to give them time. You give your players time to work out what's coming, how to deal with that. Whether it's Germany, whether it's Republic Island, you have to work at it. And we've worked this week, starting Monday. We put things into place for the Gibraltar game. Tuesday and Wednesday it was Northern Ireland. Thursday, Friday, Saturday it's back to doing what we think's the best to play against Gibraltar.
Scott Brown said that patience could be key in this one if Gibraltar come and make it tough for Scotland. Do you feel that's correct?
Of course, yeah. We don't want to get panicking and get rushed into things. We will look forward and try and play forward at every occasion, but that can't happen all the time. There's areas where we think it's best to go and attack, areas where it might be harder, and we have to be patient to get the areas where we think we can work at being successful.
Do you think Gibraltar are maybe a bit more streetwise now that they've had 4 qualifiers?
Well, I think well, the first couple of games in the Championship, the excitement was so great. It was going to play, but you can see in the Germany game there was a bit of reality about it. The world champions only scored 4 goals. And 4 goals is definitely enough to win a game of football, that's for sure. But that's the improvement that we've seen from the first couple of games. As I say, I think the excitement just being there, and then you get over that initial excitement of just being there, and then I want to perform and want to be hard to beat when we're here now, and I think that's the stage of that now, Gibraltar.
They have a new manager, and he's Scottish as well.
Yeah.
What impact do you think that'll have on the game?
I've no idea.
Do you think he'll want to come and put on a show in his home country?
I've no idea.
How much do you know about the Gibraltar team, given they've only played 4 competitive games?
Well, I've seen enough of them. It's very hard to pick them all up. I've seen enough of them on the video analysis, and that's what we do with most sides. It's very hard to get to international games and see international, because we're playing at the same time as them, really, same day. Again, the same time is being spent in Gibraltar as was Germany or Republic Island.
Have you spoken to David Wilson at all, Gordon, during the campaign?
I have not, no.
No. I just wonder, have you ever, as either a player or a manager, gone into a game where your team has been such heavy favourites and to win and win well?
Probably San Marino. That's probably the greatest odds, I think. And one of the games, probably San Marino, many years ago.
Do you think Gibraltar are, because where San Marino were at that stage, they were the kind of world minnows, weren't they? Are Gibraltar starting from an even lower level, given that they've just become, officially able to play in these?
I couldn't tell you the populations of both countries. I couldn't tell you that.
But in terms of their footballing ability, then that's their starting point.
I suppose it'd be similar, yeah.
So what can you take from that in terms of how that will affect how you go into the game?
Well, I can take the memories of when I had to play against them, San Marino, many years ago, and the first goal came in the 60 odd minute, and it was a penalty. So it wasn't an easy ride, that's for sure.
Was it you who scored that penalty that night?
Aye, that's why I brought it up.
What were your thoughts taking that penalty? Because obviously the pressure must have been on.
Wasn't it great? I've taken a lot of penalties in big games, but that one, I remember really pressurised because, you know, in your mind you think, oh, I'm maybe remember the guy that missed the penalty against San Marino. And fortunately for me it went in. And I think Steve Archibald scored the second goal later from, I think it was a corner kick, I think. You know, so it was basics. It wasn't and there were some good players playing in that team. So it was a corner kick and a penalty.
How do you drum it through to your players during the week then that they you know, to be patient, that they can't panic when they get the ball in?
Practice. A lot of practice. A lot of hours. A lot of going back at the training ground and practicing it. Yeah, that's what we've done.
Is there a message to the fans as well to kind of replicate that patience from the stands as well?
That would be handy. That would be handy if they could, but the fans come along to get rid of their inhibitions, and they shout and scream, and they want to see goals. And maybe if the weather was scorching hot, we'd be a bit more patient, everybody, but I don't think it's going to be like that. I think the fans will be wanting something to warm them up right away. But we can't be sucked into trying to score a goal from the first touch of the ball. I'll do a lot of work. You might at times think, well, they're not going anywhere, but you have to be patient and find the weaknesses.
Does it help when, obviously you said it was really important to get the win on Wednesday, does it help that the goal came late on, the corner as well, that, you know, it maybe gives the players a bit even more help with them?
No, what I liked about the Wednesday night was the way we started the game. I thought it was terrific, and we could have been a few goals ahead in half an hour. I thought that was for a friendly game, the attitude of the players was great, and unfortunately they come up against some stout defending and some great goalkeeping. To get 9 shots on target in a game and none against was good. If we do that tomorrow, then we don't try to get more, obviously, but if we can try and keep the other team from having attempted goals on target, that would be great as well.
Gordon, how tough has it been to pick your goalkeeper for this game?
It's not really tough.
Who have you selected?
Oh dear. Now I've got to tell you before I tell the team.
Is it a good problem?
That'll be a good one if they look at the tellies and through there and go, oh, you're not playing.
Is it a good problem to have with top class goalkeepers?
It's a great problem to have. It's great to have wide men that are top class. It's great to have midfield players that are top class. But they're a good bunch of lads, and they know that they're appreciated, and it could be any one of the 3 goalies, and I wouldn't lose any sleep whatsoever.
We keep asking about your captain. Does it really matter who captains the team? Because Scott Brown was saying there's many leaders in that squad. There
is. I think people are talking about 2, but I think there's a lot more than that. I think there's a lot more than that in there that have the respect of the group and the coaching staff.